In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to use ClickUp as a complete beginner, step by step. We'll break everything down into simple, easy to follow steps so you can organize projects, manage tasks, collaborate with your team, and use ClickUp's AI features without feeling overwhelmed. Here's what you can expect from this video. First, we'll learn ClickUp's hierarchy and understand how workspaces, spaces, folders, lists, and tasks fit together. Next, we'll create our first space and list so you can build a clean project management system from scratch. Then, we'll add team members, manage permissions, and make sure everyone has access to the right information. After that, we'll create tasks, customize statuses, and explore different views to track projects more effectively. And finally, we'll use ClickUp Docs and ClickUp Brain to create documentation, build a knowledge base, and leverage AI to work faster. If you'd like to follow along, you can try ClickUp for free by clicking the first link in the description. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. The first thing you'll need to do is sign up for ClickUp. You can create an account using your Google account and complete the onboarding process. Once that's finished, you'll arrive at your main workspace. Most users only need one workspace, especially if they're managing personal projects, freelancing work, or a small business. You can see your workspace name in the upper left corner of the screen. If you click on it, you'll also find the option to create additional workspaces if needed. Inside your workspace, you'll find spaces. Spaces are typically used to separate major areas of work. For example, you might create a marketing space, operations space, client project space, or personal space. Inside spaces, you can optionally create folders. Folders help group related work together. They're useful when managing multiple projects that belong to the same category. Inside folders, you'll find lists. Lists are where your tasks are organized. And finally, inside lists, you have tasks, which represent the actual work that needs to be completed. So the hierarchy is workspace, space, folder, list, task. Understanding this structure will make the rest of ClickUp much easier to learn. Now let's create our first space. Click the New Space button. Give your space a name. For this example, we'll call it Project Management. You can also add a description explaining what the space will be used for. Something simple like, this space is used for project management, planning, discussions, and team collaboration. Once you've entered the details, click Continue. ClickUp will then offer several templates. To keep things simple, choose the Project Management template. Then click Create Space. After a few moments, your new space will be created. You'll notice that ClickUp already creates some structure for you, but let's add our own list as well. Click the plus icon next to your space name. Choose Create List. Name the list Brainstorming and Outreach. Then click Create. ClickUp may recommend AI-generated settings for your list. Go ahead and apply the suggestions. Starting with recommendations is often easier than building everything from scratch. Now, let's rename the original list. Hover over its name. Click the three-dot menu. Select Rename. We'll call this list Website Redesign Projects. Now we have two lists ready to use. One for brainstorming and outreach, and another for website redesign projects. At this point, your workspace is already beginning to take shape. ClickUp offers several permission levels. Owners have complete control over the workspace. Admins can manage settings, spaces, and permissions. Members can collaborate on tasks and projects. Guests typically have limited access and are perfect for clients or external collaborators. To manage team members, click your workspace name in the upper left corner and select People. From here, you can invite users and assign appropriate roles. As your team grows, you can adjust permissions whenever necessary. For individual spaces, folders, and lists, hover over the item, open the three-dot menu, and select Sharing and Permissions. This allows you to control exactly who can access specific information. Once your team structure is in place, it's time to start creating tasks. Open the Website Redesign Projects list. Then click Add Task. We'll create a task called Design Homepage Layout. Now click the task name to open its detailed view. This is where most of your project management work will happen. Inside the task panel, you can set a status, assign a due date, add a time estimate, apply tags, assign the task to yourself or another team member, set a priority level, track work time, Write a detailed description, upload files, create subtasks, and communicate with teammates through comments and activity updates. One of the best practices in ClickUp is providing as much context as possible. The more information you include inside a task, the fewer questions your team members will have later. For example, instead of simply creating a task called Design Homepage Layout, include project goals, reference files, deadlines, and design requirements. Now let's talk about statuses. ClickUp allows you to customize these completely. Open the list settings. Select task statuses. From here, you can edit existing statuses or create new ones. For example, a content production team might use topic, scripting, script ready, recording, editing, quality assurance, completed. A design team might use completely different statuses. The important thing is consistency. Everyone on your team should understand exactly what each status means. Now that we've covered task management, let's explore one of ClickUp's most powerful features, views. Open your project management space. Near the top of the screen, you'll see multiple view options. The first is List View. This is the most detailed view and is excellent for planning and managing large numbers of tasks. Next is Board View. This uses a Kanban-style layout where tasks move between columns. It's perfect for visualizing progress. Then there's Calendar View. This helps you organize tasks based on deadlines and scheduling requirements. You'll also find Gantt View. This view focuses on timelines and project dependencies. It's useful for identifying bottlenecks and understanding how tasks affect one another. The important thing to understand is that changing views doesn't change your data. Different team members can use different views while working on the exact same projects. This flexibility allows everyone to work in the way that suits them best. Now let's move on to ClickUp Docs. To create a document, open More from the sidebar. Select Docs, then click New Doc. You'll now have a blank document ready for editing. The editing experience is very similar to Google Docs. Simply start typing. Highlight text to reveal formatting options. And collaborate with teammates in real time. Keeping documentation inside ClickUp helps centralize information and reduces the need to switch between multiple tools. Now, let's explore ClickUp Brain. This is ClickUp's built-in AI assistant. ClickUp Brain helps you find information, generate content, summarize projects, and organize work more efficiently. There are 3 primary ways ClickUp Brain can help. The first is AI Knowledge. AI Knowledge allows Brain to answer questions about your workspace. For example, you could ask, what tasks are overdue? Or, summarize this project. Instead of manually searching through tasks and documents, Brain retrieves the information instantly. You can make AI Knowledge even more powerful by importing important documents. To do this, click your profile picture. Open Settings. Navigate to Imports and Exports. Then select Documents. Choose a document from your computer and import it into your workspace. Once imported, ClickUp Brain can reference that information when answering questions. For example, if you upload company writing guidelines, Brain can use those guidelines to provide more accurate recommendations and responses. The second capability is AI Writing. ClickUp Brain can generate content, rewrite text, shorten content, expand ideas, and change writing tone. For example, you could ask it to create a blog outline, draft a project proposal, or rewrite a paragraph. If you haven't tried ClickUp yet, you can get started for free using the first link in the description. And that's how to use ClickUp as a complete beginner. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.